Let's go, Quasi. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm ready today.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the One More Thing Tech Podcast. Guys, there's been some crazy updates in tech this week, like a lot of stuff. Oh, I forgot, I messed up my intro. I'm your host, Quasi.
I'm Adam.
And guys, there's been a lot of crazy stuff in tech this week. Like we've seen new headsets that we'll get to eventually. We've seen leaks on Apple's M6. You know, there's just Battlefield 6 is apparently the greatest game ever I've heard. The iPhone Air doesn't sell. So we have a lot planned for today. And I think we should start with the new Samsung Galaxy XR. Adam, have you heard of that?
I definitely have.
Okay.
Man, it's a good competitor to the Vision Pro 2 and won both of them. Let me tell you that.
I think it's going to give Apple a little bit of a run for their money. So for those of you that don't know, I think last Wednesday I saw it. Samsung shocked me, and they put out a. So actually, I got to tell you, I learned about this not of my own research. It was really sad how, for one time in my life, somebody else told me about a huge tech breakthrough, and
That's
I didn't
okay, though.
find out about it myself.
You know what's good
because
about
I
that,
wasn't-
Quasi? What's good about that
What's
is
good about
this.
that?
They know that we do a podcast, right?
No,
They
they
try and
didn't.
give
It
you.
was like in class, and they were doing a presentation,
Okay.
and I
I
was
was really
like,
trying to
oh,
do something good there.
and
Okay.
but you know what? Good on them because they had the most recent news. I hadn't looked at the news that day, and they beat me to the punch. So while I am a little bit sad, I'm not upset at all because it sounds amazing, and I'm hearing that it has a better fit and it feels better. It's apparently lighter. It doesn't drag your head down like the Vision Pro, and
19.2 ounces, by the way.
it's still heavy. But
But isn't it like the Vision Pro like over 30?
I have
30
no clue how heavy the
ounces or
Vision
something?
Pro is. Let me find out.
I mean, your neck
Vision
feels it,
Pro weight.
like literally after about half an hour of using it. So, guys, I have a little bit of a cold here.
650 grams, which is 21 to 22.9
Oh, really?
ounces.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not terribly lighter, but
It's
you
lighter,
definitely
like
feel the
slightly.
difference.
Yeah. I have a little
Yeah,
bit
I
of
mean,
a cold, guys, just so you know. So bear with me if I mute myself to cough. I'm almost over it, thankfully, but still, it sucks.
yeah. So for the controls, it has like eye tracking and what is it, hand tracking?
Hmm.
So sort of like the Vision Pro's controls. And you know what? It also comes with its own controllers, and I think those are pretty cool because with the Apple Vision Pro, if I remember correctly, there are no controllers, right,
It's your
Adam?
hands. It's your
Yeah,
hands.
it's always your hands. So if you struggle to do all this stuff, you'll have an
Maestro.
easier time with the controller. And then on top of that, uh, the Galaxy XR. I don't know if I ever mentioned the name. It's called the Galaxy XR. Um, Obviously, it doesn't run iOS, right? But it also doesn't run Windows. It's more of a Android-esque operating system. I don't know if it's fully Android. I don't want to speak and be wrong about it being fully Android, but I do know that it's very Android-esque because
It's probably a good thing, right?
it's probably a great thing because
Windows
I,
can't be good on a handheld. Why would it be good in a VR experience like this? You know.
I haven't had any Windows handheld, so I don't think I can.
I don't.
I don't think I can comment on that. But
Which
I do.
which
Go
ones
ahead.
have that? I wonder. Steam Link? No, is that? That's
Well, I
not.
have no clue.
Actually, I'm not sure if any of them do. To be honest with you, so if they do that, all I'm saying is make it very optimized for a VR experience and not just Windows. Just put it
Right.
that way. That's all I'm saying. As you were crazy, sorry.
And then I think the best part about the Galaxy XR is most definitely the price, right? When the Vision Pro dropped, Adam, how much did the Vision Pro cost?
$3,500, and that retains on the new Vision Pro 2.
Yes, that is quite a chunk of change, as they say.
I really
But the
thought they were going to
Galaxy
reduce
X1,
the price. Did you not think that they're going to do
no,
something with the price?
I definitely thought that they must have not known that they must have not been paying attention to any leaks that said Samsung's Vision Pro equivalent is on the way, and
Oh, they
neither was
were.
I.
They were, though. They just don't care. They don't look at Samsung
They
as a
probably
competitor
don't
in the
care.
VR market. And they might
I don't
after
think they
this,
look at
though.
anyone as a competitor.
Well, okay. The Vision Pro has the M5, right? It has a
Right.
gorgeous display. It's OLED. No, it's a micro OLED, right? Or micro LED or whatever it is. Sorry. But the actual hardware of the Vision Pro is fantastic. The software, Vision OS, very, very incredible. As I said before, the practical use for it is still kind of in the dark. I mean, besides watching movies, which apps can you name right now that you use it for, Quasi? What's 5 apps?
I don't know. I don't have a Vision Pro.
I mean,
I
you might
probably
use
use
like
it to watch
iMessage, stuff like
movies.
that. Yeah, iMessage and maybe iMessage.
iMessage.
But like,
Why would you use? Why would you buy a Vision Pro for iMessage?
well, no, I'm not saying you buy it for that. But what if you're using it and someone texts you? That's what I'm more saying. Like, which apps, if you're using, would you use? Not much.
This is true.
That's I think that's the killer of the Vision Pro. It's not that it's not a good device. It's that it's not the developers haven't really put a lot of information and time into it because you see it. There's probably less than 1,000 apps in this whole product because it's a tough selling point. I mean, the average person, even if they can't afford it, doesn't see the value of buying one, and that's the sad part about it. It's a great device for what it does. The thing it really needs to improve on, though, is the gaming. Would you say? There's just like virtually no gaming with it at all.
This is true, but you can also connect it to your Mac and have it be a third screen, so you can technically play games from your Mac on your Vision Pro.
If you sit down only, if you stand up, though, it
You have to be
stops the
sitting
game
down.
experience. Yeah, with the Vision Pro, if you like stand up while you're sitting down, if you're like in a game or in an experience, it like goes so you can see through the Vision Pro and see the actual world that would show normally, which is the problem. Like if you're in like the Meta Quest 3 or whatever, you can play games, and of course outside your barrier, that's when it shows actual world, which is what they should have
Right.
done with the Vision Pro. But that's like the downside of it, though. But I'm curious, though, as you're mentioning, is this device, what features is this going to offer that's going to be comparison to it? I mean, obviously, the Android is going to
Okay.
have more gaming functions, right? But what else is it going to offer, Quasi?
Okay, so first off, let me get the price out there. I don't think I ever said the price. The price is a staggering. It's still a chunk of change. It's $1,799, or realistically, it's $1,800. I don't know why they do that little 799.99.
It's all marketing.
That's
It's just a marketing thing.
it doesn't really change anything.
Here's a question. I'm not sure if you've seen this at all. Is it going to offer like lenses for people that have prescriptions at all? Or
It does. It does offer lenses for people who have prescriptions.
at what cost? Does it say?
Does it
Or
add
is
a
it-
cost? Is that the question?
Well, no. At what cost is it going to be additionally? I know it's going to cost more, I have to imagine.
I think it's $100. Is what I'm saying.
That's
So
compared with the Vision
That's
Pro.
not horrible.
No. And see,
However, go ahead.
for this price point, I had devices that are Android. It's not. I have a phone, but it's not really what I use on my daily basis. I use it just for comparison and whatnot, right? But like some of the, I'll say this out loud if I haven't said before. There is a device that is far better than an Apple TV in every single way. And it sounds like a very hard thing for me to say out loud. It's not. It's called the NVIDIA Shield Pro. NVIDIA does an incredible job at using the hardware for making a movie experience and watching perfect with codecs and high-res audio and playing everything that you get thrown at it. The issue is the Apple TV, for instance, it has great hardware, but the software limits the hardware because natively the content you would watch is very rasterized and rendered down and compressed to play on that device. That makes sense. It's
Right.
transcoding like crazy. So, like, you can't say, I'm going to take a 4K UHD file, put it on the Apple TV, and play it natively. They don't let you even do that as an option. So, stuff like that, it's not letting you use that full hardware experience that they should. And that's what they need to improve on. That's the thing I would say on the Vision Pro Apple TV they should have to fix a lot. So, in any case, beyond just that, this is a compelling product at that price point, I would say, even the masses, because I can save $1,800 way faster than $3,500, as I'm
This
trying
is
to
true.
say. Are you compelled to try this and buy this Quasi or save up
Well,
for it, or
you gotta understand, Adam. It would be all right if like this price point would be amazing if it was just the if it was just including the XR, right? Did you know that with every XR purchase, you get Google AI Pro, NFL Pro Era,
really?
NBA League Pass, Project Pulsar. If you don't know what Project Pulsar is, it's like a 3D video editing software from Adobe. You get YouTube TV for 3 months. You get Calm Premium for 12 months, YouTube Premium for 12 months, Google Play Pass for 12 months, and Asteroid for like you get the full download of that. Adam, did you know that's over $1,001 in savings?
That's
Because
insane.
all of those are included for free.
I
Apple's not
Wow.
doing that. I'm just saying.
No, you might get Apple like TV Plus for some months
Yeah,
or
you're gonna have
something.
the little Apple Arcade app on there for three
Wow.
months. This
This is
is this
something.
is a great price.
That's a great price. Now they're also utilizing the battery just like the Vision Pro does. That's external, which is good, so it's not so heavy. But I guess here's my question with this: Is this device reliant on an Android phone to like set up and use, or can you use it independently from anything else?
Well, I would hope that for 1,000. So, oh wait, I just realized that's not even that much more expensive than the Fold. Like,
Hmm.
hold on, Galaxy
Galaxy
Fold
Fold's over
price.
$2,000. I think it's $2,500, I believe.
No, the Galaxy Fold is 1,999. So it's actually less expensive than one of their phones.
Well, it's
You're not
also far
finding
less
that
than
at Apple.
everything.
This is true.
And we're not trying to say we're switching sides here. That's not what we're trying to say. What I'm saying is, if I'm looking for a VR AR headset, and I tried the Vision Pro, and it's phenomenal. Ooh, I can see there's a video of them playing Stardew Valley, which means this
The
device
Vision
can play
Pro, or
games. No, this what's it called? The Vision, not Vision. Sorry, Galaxy XR. So that's one compelling reason to get this. Now, I want to see as people get this. Is this thing out now, or has it just been announced? That's the next
it's
question I
already
have for you,
out.
Quiz. It's out, so you can buy
So
it
if you go to the
today.
Samsung website, you can go see reviews. I think there's like eight of them. I lied. There's 18 reviews, and
Ooh,
10 of
they're
them are
counting
5
up.
star, 3 of them are 4 star, one of them is 3 star, and 4 of them are 1 star. So it has a
Okay,
3.8 rating right now.
okay. Well, this is compelling, and all I gotta say is it's good. There's competition, so places like Apple and Meta and various other VR AR places will make something that's comparable and just compete with them. So this
And competition just makes everything better.
I hope this encourages Apple to make a cheaper Vision, like a Vision Light or Vision whatever Air, whatever they want to call it, so they can be
Right.
comparable. Because yes, the Vision Pro has its place, but a cheaper alternative for the Vision Pro is something that I think everybody is expecting Apple to do, and they need to do that so
Should
they
have
can
been
be
done
competitive in
already.
the market. Because
Should have been done in October.
I know it and they didn't change a lot, right? I mean, we're talking about a chipset change, and an OS change. That's about all it had, right? To my understanding.
Adam, you don't understand how upset that made me.
Okay, but you gotta think about it. The
It
Vision
wasn't even like
Pro.
a huge OS change because the huge OS change came back in it was announced back in the summer when we did WWDC. So it's not
Yes,
like they
it wasn't a
got some
lot.
striking update in October. No, the only thing that really changed with everything that they released, they couldn't even bring themselves to do an. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm getting upset. Let me calm down for a
No,
second.
go ahead. This is the good
They couldn't
stuff.
even bring themselves to have an event because Apple knew that they were just providing us with straight, no upgrades whatsoever. Just very
Now the
disappointing.
M5 though is a compelling new chip though. As we've seen, it's a really good chip overall. I just I just want to see a price point that makes this product sell more than what it does. You know,
Okay.
I still think it sells more than the iPhone Air did. Any
Dude,
case,
I think most things are gonna sell better than the iPhone Air did. Just because the iPhone Air just like first off, I think you gotta understand. I saw a stat yesterday that said the iPhone Air at its thickest point is Apple's seventh thickest phone ever. That's kind of crazy because they advertise the 5 millimeters that it is on the long part
yes.
where the battery is, and I feel like that's just a tiny bit misleading. Like I was unaware because of the marketing, and I'll sit here and say I was fooled, but no longer.
Yeah, we'll get to
But you
that
were
for
talking about
sure.
the M5 chip.
Well, I just think that that's a good upgrade to put into the Vision Pro if you're gonna do something, right?
Right.
Because they put so much into the very first generation, it's really hard to give it lots of upgrades to make it worth even more money, if that makes sense. So at that point, a M5 upgrade is a great start, but just give us a second generation of it that lets us have a more less expensive device. And that's what I'm trying to get at. And at this point where it's dang near close to half the price of the Vision Pro, that's really just it's a big slap in the face to Apple, let me say. And I wonder with this, is Samsung making a whole ton of money with this, or are they just kind of breaking even to get their name out there in this VR AR space? That's my question. My guess is this is probably cost them around $1,200 to make. That's my guess. And they're making the rest of it out to, see how things play out. But that's the Galaxy XR, everybody. This looks compelling, at least. I'm not saying I'm going to buy one, but I'd love to try it out and see how it is, how it stacks up against the Vision Pro, and we'll see how that goes. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of upgrades to devices, Quasi, I'm pretty excited for this next thing right here. So the vapor chamber in the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max, I gotta say, is worth every penny in the upgrade. My 15 Pro Max that I had, I'm not even kidding you, from just sitting on the table. I'm a pro user. I use my phone a lot. This device temperature is so much cooler. I mean, drastically. You would have thought I had it in the freezer sometimes. It gets so nice and chilled. So I will say with that technology, it makes sense that Apple's figuring out what else they can put this in. And they're talking about putting this in the iPad Pro with an M6 model, which is going to be probably next year or the year after, as a speculation. Now, did the iPad get really hot? At times mine gets a little hot, but it's not like the iPhone where it's just way too hot sometimes. But having this
Right.
in a iPad, I think, is a very good step for Apple to do because it's one more thing that makes the device cooler, which is going to increase the performance overall, and it's going to make the experience a lot better for the user in a lot of ways. Um, with this being said, we're looking at 2027 is when this is going to be introduced into the next iPad Pro. What are your thoughts, Quasi?
Well, I think that from what I've heard about the vapor cooling chamber, it might be the best cooling that anyone's ever felt anywhere in their entire life. Granted,
Minus
I've
an
never
AC
personally
unit.
used anything with a vapor cooling chamber, but my phone doesn't get hot right now as it is, right? So I can
Mm-hmm.
only imagine how cool your phone is running with the exception of
So,
maybe if you like charge it under a pillow or something. I don't know how that
never
would
do
work
that.
out for you.
Never do that for any reason.
Yeah,
Never.
absolutely not. That'll actually cause your battery to expand.
It might also
I
cause
may or may
the
not be
battery to
speaking from
explode.
experience. I may or may not be speaking from experience. I'm just saying. But yeah. So I'm looking at the Galaxy XR thing. Um, so I do think that that'll be a great upgrade, and especially with that M6 chip, because you know the M6 chip is going to be powerful. When things are powerful, they tend to run just a little bit hotter, right? So if you have an iPhone 4, it's not going to get nearly as hot as your iPhone 14 did. You know what I mean? The iPhone 14 apparently got hot,
Oh, mine
right?
got really hot. Hotter than my
So
15. Definitely.
yeah, so I would say that it's a great upgrade, and I'm looking forward to it.
Here's a question for you, Quasi. At what point do you think an iPad, at the price point that an iPad's at, might replace for some users the need to buy a computer, like a Windows computer or even a Mac?
At what
And
point?
I know a Mac is a really good device. I'm not dissing that at all. What I'm saying is, you can get an iPad for what, $500 to $800 for like a really base
Well, it
iPad.
depends. If you get the base, well, let's go through all the
Now
iPads,
I
right?
gotta see
So
myself.
you go with your base iPad. It's gonna cost you $349, right? Then you have my personal favorite iPad, the iPad Mini. The A17 Pro right now will cost you $499. These are for the Wi-Fi only versions, mind you. The iPad Air will cost you around $599, and the iPad Pro, oh, is gonna cost you about double that with
Yeah.
$1,000, right? So you got $1,000, $600. For the iPad Mini, you have $500, and then for the regular iPad, you have about $350, right? So it's not horrible prices, but I do think that an iPad, if you get the iPad Pro or the iPad Air from this past year, that already replaces the need to get a computer. And you might say, Quasi, what the heck are you talking about? How could you possibly use an iPad Pro over your MacBook? Are you stupid? Are you crazy? No, let me tell you what happened this summer. This summer, Apple just out of the blue decided, hey, we're going to add a menu bar and we're going to make the window tiling
Oh,
similar to that of Windows.
forgot
And
about that.
let me tell you something, Adam. Sometimes I don't know why I'm using my Mac over my iPad mini, with the exception of my Mac has, a computer interface. Like I can see the icons instead of having apps. But that's a personal problem for me. And, I paid entirely too much for this thing to not use it.
Okay.
But the iPad Pro, it already comes with that M5 chip.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
the
know.
M5 chip now. And it has, I think, 16 gigs of RAM. Don't quote me on that.
I think it does. I think
Let
you're
me
very
actually check
correct with
that.
that.
iPad Pro M5 RAM. Isn't that crazy how we can just like
And get it
Google
almost
things?
instantly.
Yeah. The 256 gigabytes version starts with 12 gigabytes of unified memory, which is not bad at all. You know what I mean?
Well, for an
Like
iPad, not really at
you're
all.
gonna be
No.
you're gonna be able to do everything you want to do and more. And I'll always say Apple is somehow the best when it comes to configuring their RAM, right? I've never seen anyone who could put as little RAM into a device and give me as much production as Apple can. Actually, I
No
have
one does
like
it
a
better.
hundred tabs open right now. Let me open my activity monitor and see how much RAM I'm using.
Yeah, I could not do that with my Windows device. Let me tell you that.
So I have 18 gigs and I'm only using 15 right now, and I have a ton of stuff open.
Hundreds of
And
tabs. He's not even joking. I've seen it. When you try
it's
to
got to the point
count,
where I
you
don't
lose
close
count.
anything.
You lose count. I mean, that's just how it is. But here's my point with this. The point is this: the average consumer for a computer, what do? Right? I'm not talking about the pro users. The average consumer uses it to browse the web, buy things online, check their email, and maybe browse the internet to see something, right? Or YouTube or whatever. All those things you can do on an iPad without any hesitation or issues at all,
This
right?
is true.
It's very portable. The battery lasts a near a week, if not more, which you will not get from any laptop that exists. And
This is
the
also true.
experience is so nice, and you can text on it, you can
Oh,
call your
Adam, wait,
family,
that is not true.
everything.
You will definitely get that same battery life, if not better, from a Mac.
Okay,
I
okay.
just agreed.
Windows laptops, I should
Well,
say. I should clarify. Yes.
oh, I don't know. You might get a Windows laptop that sips power here in the next couple of years. I personally have not
Hopefully.
seen one, but
Yeah, I mean, even the new ones, you're talking about like, what, 8 to 9 hours before you have to charge it up? My iPad, I charge twice a week, maybe,
so
because
if
I
I
use it all
can,
the
I
time.
had a friend who recently she had a Dell Inspiron 15, right?
Okay.
And I
Consumer
think it's a
model.
15. And she broke it, right?
Oh.
She said she didn't break it, but she clearly broke it because there's a dent in the back of the screen and her screen is shattered, right?
Mm.
That has nothing to do with the battery life, but she has to recharge her thing every day. Adam, did you know I left my charger with Auntie Beth last week on Wednesday, and my computer is still at 74%, Adam. I've used this thing every day but Saturday and Sunday, and I still at 74%.
That's
This is outrageous. This is egregious. Somebody, whoever, they have some sort of like some black magic going on
Well,
here.
it's just this. The hardware and the software work well together. And see, Microsoft for Windows has to make a software for many different hardware out there, right? There's different brands and all this other stuff. But then here's the thing. They have no excuse, and not one excuse, to make like the Windows OS not work that well as a Mac does for their own Surface line of
This is
products.
true.
And the Surfaces, if you're ever deciding if you should get one, never buy one. They work really well for about a year or two, and then it dips so fast. It's like you're on a roller coaster with the Surface. You go up, 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 it's so great, and then all of a sudden you just dip into despair. It's awful. And it gets horribly slow. It gets unnecessarily, like, it just runs like you have a E-machine to 98. It's so bad. And it's just, it gets to the point where you question why you even bought it. So I wish it was a good device for a competitor, but it's just not. It's just not ever going to be, to my understanding, because they just never innovate because they want you to buy a brand new Surface every couple years. And it's drastically a difference in performance. And they have SSDs, for crying out loud. And you would think they had like a hard drive from 98 at some point because it's just the way it runs. That's way beside the point, way beside this whole topic. But what I'm getting at is I have some clients that I would recommend to them for their use an iPad. And they love it because it's portable. It's very nice to move around the house. They can print
And it has
from
a
it. They can do
touchscreen.
everything. Yeah, and they love it. They usually get a keyboard with it too, and they have a great day. So I'm just saying that. And I'm not saying that PCs are dying. I'm not saying that because there's definitely use cases where you can't use it on an iPad, but that gap is getting smaller and smaller every day. Developers are making apps for iPad that you didn't see before. You couldn't use the Adobe Creative Suite on an iPad before, and now you just about can. So I'm saying is, when that gap gets smaller and smaller, is there a use case to buy a PC or a Mac? And I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. I'm saying for the common person, it's going to be more and more realistic in that terms because the price point's there. If I can get an iPad for $350, Quasi, and that's my main computer for most things, that's compelling. Because a Mac's going to be, what, $800, $600, around that range? So the price point makes sense. That's all I'm saying. All that to say that the vapor chamber in the M6 future iPads is going to be very, very well received, I think. It's going to be just one more reason to get an iPad. And the reason why the Apple, year after year, makes the best tablets in the entire market, no even question about that. No one comes close. They don't even try to. So anyway, that's the iPad Pro with M6 and vapor cooling. I'm excited to see that, Quasi. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Talking about vapor cooling. You know how vapor is kind of like air? This is such a bad
Dude.
transition.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got to bring up the iPhone Air really quick. Did you know, Adam, that Apple drastically, it wasn't a small scale back, it was a drastic scale back of almost 80%
80%
of,
Quasi.
yes, nobody's purchasing the iPhone Air, is what I'm trying to say.
They had a surge. I remember talking on this podcast, Quasi, about that we didn't think the iPhone 8 would sell, right? We didn't think that at all. And then, like, for that week or two, it was just booming in sales. I mean, drastically selling a lot.
Is that not
And with
the
that being said,
crossbody strap?
that's what I'm about to say too. The crossbody strap, along with that, was selling like absolute nuts. And then it went downhill. And I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, but I don't know why all of a sudden, like, the consumers that would want to buy this just stopped. As you were, Quasi.
Um, completely forgot what I was saying. Um, so they're scaling back 80% before quarter one of 2026. Do you think that maybe there's waiting until quarter one of 2026 instead of quarter four? Or are we in quarter four yet? I guess we are.
Pretty close if we're not already.
Yeah, I guess we are because if it's quarters, it'd be like the last 3 months of the year, and we are in November now when this comes out.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's wow. But yeah, do you think that they might see like a Christmas boom or like I guess that's the only big holiday coming up that you would gift somebody on.
I think the reason why the Vision, sorry, I keep saying Vision, the reason why the iPhone Air is drastically doing a lot worse than I thought it would be is because of one thing and one thing only, Quasi. It's that
What's that?
cost. The cost. I think if this device was about $800, we would see a different outcome than we do now. The device we know is not going to be a pro-like experience. We get that. We know it's not going to be the device everybody flocks to. The reason why it's unique and different is because how thin it is, right? The durability is the best part, hands down, of the whole device. And what it offers as a whole is unique and different. I like that about it a lot. What I don't like is, though, it's about the cost of a Pro when you have way less features, right? So if I'm going to drop $1,000, I can get a Pro iPhone or a Pro Max and sing some happy songs. I'm just saying that this is what I think is making this device not as compelling as it should be because it is so expensive for what you're not getting. What do you think,
Right.
Wasey?
No, I agree with that statement. You're losing a camera. So I think the price is what?
Two
A
cameras.
1,500?
$1,000, I think, or more.
Okay.
I mean, I just
No,
don't
it's
know what it
definitely it's
costs.
definitely whatever the price of the Pro was last year, the
It's
regular Pro.
$1,000, and
So
then
$1,000,
yeah,
and for $1,000, you're losing a camera, you're losing a stunning amount of battery power. You're having to buy another battery on top of that. So really, it's like 1,100, right?
yeah,
And then on top of that, like, don't get me wrong, the build quality is absolutely amazing. But you're getting that pro chip, right? But that pro chip doesn't have the same ability to thrive because it doesn't have that vapor chamber. That vapor. It doesn't have that vapor cooling chamber, which when chips run cooler, they run a lot better, right? And you're just missing out on so much that I personally can't justify the price. But when I
yeah.
held that iPhone Air in my hands, whew, and did I tell you I went to Best Buy and I got to hold it, and it was like, whew, I can understand
No,
that
it was a
bend.
great experience, and I even got to do the bend test with it, and it was wonderful.
Ooh, I
Apple
what if
okayed
I
it.
what if I
That's
can
all I'm gonna
bend more than
say.
200
I
pounds?
asked them if I can do it. They said yes. They had no I was gonna do like a suplex move into the table with it. I just wanted to bend it, and they let me
Right.
do it, and it was great. So I like that. But yeah, so that's unfortunately we're seeing this decline with things. But we'll have to just see if this changes because of the season of Christmas and stuff like that. We'll have to just see how it goes, right?
Yep.
But it's a
Most
drastic
definitely.
drop. Okay, now One thing that is dropping, Quasi, that I am just excited for by a long shot is the remake for Halo. Now, I'm not sure if you ever played Halo, being an Xbox fan. Did you ever play
Right.
in this series at all, or no?
No. Well, that's not entirely true. I played maybe 5 minutes of Halo on somebody else's Xbox.
Okay,
But I
that's so
just
sad.
I'm a big sports games guy, not as much shooters, unfortunately.
Okay, um, but Halo Evolved is coming out, which is a remake of a previous game. Okay, Quasi, I'm gonna have to use the restroom really quick, and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna have to pause
Okay.
this and come back. Okay.
All right.
So
Sounds good.
I'm gonna leave this going because I don't want to mess up the recording. But I'll be right back. It won't take me long, I promise.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, how we feeling today? Um, we uh, we have here Clash Royale. All right. Let's play a game of Clash Royale. Watch me win this. All right. Battle. I'm about to destroy this guy. We don't even know who we're playing. Ragnar Iothbrook, right? So we're gonna start with our Hog Rider at the bridge, level 15. You know, um, okay, so he's countered my Hog Rider with archers and a Tesla. So we're gonna place our Firecracker back here to kill his archer, and then we're gonna place this knight here to kill that archer. Right, this Firecracker should get a hit. Oh no, this is not good. We've activated his King Tower. I should have anticipated that, but in terms of damage, neither of us have done any. So I'm currently at 8 elixir here, 9 elixir. We're gonna place an E Dragon in the back, just because we don't want anything to hit here. That witch is gonna be dangerous. We're gonna drop a Mega Knight on top of the witch and lumberjack. Can't afford to have it do anything here. All right, we're gonna place another Firecracker in the back here. Mega Knight's gonna jump on those archers. This is really unfortunate for him because we're doing a lot of damage to his towers here. Right, so his tower is just losing health as we speak. It's getting demolished. Oh, it's getting demolished. One more hit, please, Firecracker. Oh, it's okay. His tower's at 1,197, and we're at full health on our towers. So we're gonna keep pushing. All right. We saw that he used his Tesla already, so we're gonna put this Hog Rider behind this knight, the knight to tank the hits. And I think he might have gave up, guys. We just did so well. All right. So we're gonna place this here, this here. That Mega Knight is in the pocket, right? And just like that, we're gonna win this game. Three. Oh, it was just total domination there. I just demolished this guy. So
Okay.
yeah, just
Sorry
don't play me in
for.
Clash Royale. I'm the greatest player of all time.
Okay. Sorry for that, guys. I'm back. So,
Welcome back.
the Halo campaign Evolved is coming to not only Xbox, but PS5, Quasi.
Mm,
This is something I never thought I'd ever see. It's Halo on PlayStation. But you know what? We're at the point in gaming where exclusivity needs to stop.
oh,
And that's the thing.
that's a take of takes.
Oh, here's why. Because you would sell more of the game if you have it on all platforms, and I get that. You buy a PS5 for certain things, right? You buy an
Right.
Xbox for certain things, but we're seeing these developers and gaming studios just make things so you can play it all together, right? I mean, come on now. How awesome will it be to play Halo with people on PlayStation? Come on now, that'd be phenomenal to do this finally.
I can agree.
Some just fell and I didn't touch it. That's not cool at all. Well, Casper's not here yet, so that's good. Anyway,
Oh, I actually used to love watching Casper the Friendly Ghost.
I did too. It was a great movie and great show and everything.
Oh, I did not know there was a movie.
You, oh yes, definitely is a movie. But the only thing that's gonna make this even better equation than it was before is that's using the next generation of. My gosh, I lost my train of thought. Unreal Engine 5, I think
Right.
it is. Unreal Engine 5. So if you can pull up this page, Quasi, really quick.
I'm
There
actually
is
looking
a
at it. Fun fact.
there is a split video on the blog. We can see how it used to look, Combat Evolved with how it is now. Just kind of go on that part right there. And can you
How
like,
do I zoom out?
yeah,
Hold on, let me zoom in a
right,
little bit.
right there's good. Look how that used to. So the top is how it used to look. If you don't believe me, and of course this came out a while back. I get that, right? But now look at that stunning increase in graphics. That is an overhaul that I'm so excited to see. This is coming out for various platforms soon, not just PS5, but oh, I'm so excited to see this.
I can see why. It looks like a huge upgrade, actually.
Yeah, just kind of like the new Oblivion that came out, but Xbox's version. So it's coming in 2026. And I think this is coming out. I want to make sure this is right. I'd be so upset if it didn't. Also, come out on Xbox.
Why wouldn't it also come out on Xbox? Isn't
I don't know if
Halo
it's okay. It's
Xbox
just,
original?
it's definitely coming out on Game Pass, which is something I will for sure be downloading. Halo was like one of those peak games back in the day that I used to play like a lot of friends. It was the only time I actually enjoyed PvP. Now it's gone out of hand, just so bad. I've yet to play Battlefield 6 PvP. Been told by several people it's worth every penny, and you have to do it. So I'm gonna try to do that as much as I possibly can, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the Halo upcoming game. It's gonna come out in next year. We don't know when exactly, but we're gonna get more information as we see. What are your thoughts, Quasi? Does this look like it's compelling to you, or not really?
I mean, I'm not going to play it because I'm going to be in school. And this semester, I know I've been talking about it a lot. I don't play games this semester.
It's Game Pass. So.
It's really, my life is boring this semester, unfortunately. But that's just because, I have to get that 4.0, Adam.
Okay, that's a
You
good
know,
goal.
It's
Keep that
very
goal.
important to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it the easiest thing to do? Absolutely not. Is it possible? I believe so.
I think so
And I'm
too.
going to show everybody it's possible while doing just about everything under the sun, even though it doesn't seem like it should be possible when you're doing absolutely everything under the sun like I am, because I do football, ROTC. What else do I do?
Perhaps a podcast.
Oh, yes, the podcast. That's slightly important every day. I think that's about the brunt of it.
Ah,
Um,
that was nice. I love
but
this.
yeah, this maybe not graduate, after I get done with this year, we can try to play Halo, and
Okay.
we'll make a
Together.
gaming channel specifically for us to play Halo.
And
And
maybe
then,
other things too. We'll see.
all right,
Okay.
but Adam, what you know how Halo is like? How do I put this? It's in like a foreign world with a lot of vegetation and stuff.
Yes.
Adam, you know what else is vegetation?
I trees. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, man. It's
You
whew.
know what else looks like trees, Adam? Mushrooms. Mushrooms look like tiny trees. Was that a great transition? Nah,
Dude,
let me stop.
you are doing awesome with these today. I'm serious.
Somebody's gonna
Keep it
think I'm really
up.
corny. No.
No, it's good.
Um. So, so did you know? Well, obviously you know, Adam, because you put this article in there. But did you know that mushrooms may be the alternative to chips in the future? And like,
It's so weird,
how
isn't
do I
it?
put this? I'm trying to say, you know how chips have to communicate with each other, right? The little semiconductors have to get those electrical impulses to be able to contribute, make those ones and zeros, right?
Hmm.
Apparently, mushrooms have been able to do that since the beginning of time, or whatnot.
Of all
And
the things, what I would never expect to see this article, but I said this is so eye catching. I have to look more into this.
this is
So
so apparently Ohio State University was, just opening up shiitake mushrooms for whatever reason. And they were like, oh, let's, what if could be a resistor? And for some reason it worked. And
And
I'm baffled.
very well. Yeah, yeah. Not only is it working, Quasi, but the resilience of the mushroom for conductors is better than they thought it was going to be. And as you know,
Yeah.
mushrooms are like way cheaper and
To
easier to
mass produce,
make
yeah.
than it is all these chipsets that cost so much money and so much labor and all this other stuff. So, like, I guess here's the question about it. You know, you have a mushroom, right? And mushrooms do
Right.
mushroom stuff. But how's it going to? Is it going to be like a live mushroom that they have to keep alive to keep going, or is it going to be like
That was my next question because mushrooms will deteriorate. So,
yes? So like, is it going to be
um,
something where you had to have like a water cooled system somehow to keep it operational? Because this just questions I don't know. I really don't have no any idea
I don't know.
whatsoever.
We'll look more into it and then give the people an update next week.
But I seen
But
this and like, can you pull up the image that they have of like the big mushrooms with the wires coming into it, just so
yes,
people
I
can
can.
see what we're talking about a little bit? Oh, our questions are answered. They're dehydrated to ensure long-term viability. So it's
Oh, we'll just
dehydrated
do that.
mushrooms that they're using. So not like ones that are like with moisture, which makes sense. And yeah, they did all these tests with it,
90%
and
accuracy.
yeah, I'm just shocked. So this would replace some of the chipsets, metal components, and then the actual main chip components for the actual computers and various other things, right? And it's just interesting to me that this is something that they used and it worked incredibly well. I just imagine seeing a motherboard in the future that's made of mushrooms. But the best thing about that, Kwesi, that they're not even talking about is the recycling aspect of that. To recycle a mushroom like board or chip is going to be vastly more
Yeah, you can just throw it
compostable,
in the composter.
and that's going to be way better for the environment. Because right now, I don't think that motherboards, like, unless you crush them up, like, they don't break down at all. So that's one thing that people are saying that's like incredible about it too. So I had seen this little thing. I thought I'd just bring it up and we could show this image. I was very impressed to see that this is something that's possible. This could make tech cheaper, and it can be recycled a lot easier, and it's more efficient if you can believe it. And man, that's only thing bad is like if a mouse gets into your computer or something like that, and then wants to eat it up.
That would be
That's
really unfortunate.
that's a downside of it. What about like flies and stuff? Is that going to be like? Is that going to make things worse? I don't know. Hopefully not.
I don't think
Anyway,
that's
though,
gonna happen though. I really think it's very highly unlikely.
I hope so. But I just want to see how this develops, and we'll kind of keep following this as we see more things. But that's kind of interesting that we've seen this, and I just want to bring it up.
Most
Okay,
definitely.
I'll give you the honor of this next one. It's so incredible.
Okay, let me find a way to connect these.
Okay, that's
So,
that's what I was hoping for.
um, you said you want me to bring up. I was gonna go like this, but I realized I don't have my watch on.
I don't know
Speaking of
why.
watches, though, is- Adam wanted to have a little side note about the Nomad watch bands. And looking into it, the band looks pretty nice. It's very visually appealing. I'll put it up for you guys. I wouldn't get this ultra orange one. I'd definitely get this black one right here.
Hold up. There's another one besides that, Quasi.
Yeah,
There's
it's
the
called Volt. It's
no, 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 no. Look up.
oh,
There's this. There's also a black one.
Stratos. Is that what we're looking at?
Oh,
Oh, oh,
yeah.
that is wonderful.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait. Actually, all these colors look amazing on it.
Every option is incredible. Oh my gosh. So here's why I brought this up. There was like 8 people in some comments mentioning that Nomad has like destroyed Apple in its own watch game with the bands. And I have to 100% agree. This watch band is so slick and easy looking. It just looks incredible. Like I could have one of each. Seriously, it's so wonderful. And supposedly, from what I'm reading with it, it wears wonderful all day long. I've seen people get this in Nomad, and I wish we were a part of that group, so we can test it out. And if Nomad, if you're listening to this, we would love to have you as a sponsor because your products are just top notch in every way. But I see it some like phenomenal. Like so, Quasi, if you had to pick one, which one would you pick the most of all these options?
Oh,
Of
definitely
these
this
three,
full black one.
that orange though
The orange
matches the
does
new
look nice.
iPhone, kind of, doesn't it? Oh, it looks
Yeah, but I'm
so
not getting the
good.
new iPhone.
I know, but
I
that
can't
looks
do that.
incredible.
This one does look really good though. If this orange was the
Oh,
orange that they used on the iPhone, I would never have any complaints.
all I gotta say is this: that metal, titanium rather, watch band looks slick and incredible, and at a price point that's at least doable. Like the
Right?
Apple one's over $500
Is
for
it?
a yes. Look it up right now.
That's crazy.
Let's go new tab.
New tab. Okay. If it'll let me type. There we go. That's
I'm
a
just trying to pull
watch.
it up.
Shop watch.
Okay, sorry, it's $349. That's still insane
Where do I
for
watch
their Link bracelet, I should say. I just googled it, but yeah, that works too.
Is it this one? No, that one's Hermes. Of
That's
course, that's
even
gonna be expensive.
that's even more insane. No, just
Good God
look up
Almighty.
the Apple Watch Link bracelet.
Apple Watch link. I definitely didn't spell watch right, but did you know that they just fixed it for me?
Yeah, 350.
And it's ugly.
It's terrible. It's not good. I gotta say, the
Respectfully,
one
I'm
from
not gonna be
Nomad,
caught with that on.
that Nomad one, they'll go back to that one. Vastly, vastly better in every single. Like, look at that.
Oop.
Even the one that's all silver titanium in itself is phenomenal. And I was like, this thing looks sick. I might have to add to my Christmas list and birthday list, Quasi. I can
Mm,
tell you that.
perhaps.
That is so sick and so wonderful. We'll see if we can get some love from Nomad and get these for ourselves, and we'll gladly show them off Nomad. I'm telling you right now, that just looks incredible. It's a little high
Most
in
definitely.
price, but still, it's titanium, and that looks incredible. Anyway, I just want to throw that in there as they're not a sponsor. There's no like affiliate link here whatsoever. This is just me seeing a really nice looking product that I wanted to showcase. That's all. That's all it was.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
Hashtag not spawn, but hashtag please sponsor.
Please sponsor Nomad. We would love to have you as a sponsor. Would love it. Okay.
All
Crazy, if you
right,
want to
Adam.
start with your app of the week, so
With
I
my
have
app of the
mine.
week. So, I was going to do the real app, but we'll save that for another day. I got to bring it back to Clash Royale because I went on Clash Royale while you weren't while you went to the bathroom, and in front of all these people, I've just won a game in dominating fashion. Right? He didn't touch my tower. Actually, let me pull up the replay for you, Adam. Give me half a second here. We'll put in times four speed so you can see how just dominant I am when it
Is
comes
that
to
the
this
same
game.
case when you play ACE?
Nowadays it is. Beforehand it was not, but now I'm just so much like I'm just
Okay.
so physically dominant in this game.
Okay. I
All
can't,
right,
I
so let's
can't,
let's watch
I
this
can't do that
replay
game.
here. It's just like chess, right? He never touches my tower here, mind you. I just don't allow it.
I just don't allow it. Okay.
No, absolutely not. Like he thinks he's doing good. I'm gonna demolish this tower right here, right? and
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep sending troops. I'm not gonna. You never take the pressure off, right? And at this point, he's given up. It's all over because he has
Done.
nothing he can hit and do.
He's done.
So,
Good job.
for this week, for the second
So
time
good.
ever, this is my first ever repeat. I'm going with Clash Royale.
Okay. That's good. That's it's a very popular app. I'll say that much.
It most
Is the app I'll
definitely
probably
is.
won't get. It's just because it's PvP. I'm not that good at that game, unfortunately.
Right.
Okay, mine is Go Wish. It is a free app. I'm trying to do some free apps in this next couple weeks. Um, with Christmas coming up and maybe some birthdays and various other things, you might get asked from some people what you want for Christmas, what you want for this, and so on and so on. And with a birthday and Christmas coming up for me, I want to get this kind of together. So I see this app, and it's essentially an app it categorizes things that you're wishing for. Doesn't have to be for Christmas or a birthday. It could be for anything, right? And people can go on this like website, and it's completely free, and they can see what you were wishing for. And you don't have to use like their store, their promoted stuff. I post stuff from Amazon or from various other platforms that have my wished items. So for me, it was a nice way to give people a list of what I would like, and then they can see what it is and the price point, get a picture of it. That way, there's no mistaking what it is. And I like this because I'm sure people get that question a lot. What do you want for Christmas or this? And this gives
Right.
you an opportunity to showcase that and send a link to everybody and be a lot easier than sending this whole drawn out list or a note or the old fashioned ways like writing down on paper. This is your alternative. So it's Go Wish. It's on every major platform and it's 100% free with no cost at all. So that's my app of the week.
All right. Adam, do you know what time it is?
I do.
Well, it's 6:04 a.m. But aside from that,
It's
it's
the
time
one
for
more
one
thing.
more thing.
Yes.
All right. So, Adam, do you have one more thing that you want to tell us this week?
I do. So, if you recall a week or so ago when I mentioned that I had some major issues with my computer and graphics card, I couldn't even use it to play most games I wanted to play. I've been working with ASUS, and they've been really good. I'll give them that. But I kind of figured it out, and it's a weird thing that's happening. So, the very same graphics card driver that didn't work at all, that would crash the whole entire graphics card from working, now is all of a sudden working with no version updates whatsoever. So I wonder if there's a patch from Windows side, because there was some of those updates that I had that made things work a little better too. And as soon as I came on, this worked. So ASUS is still going to be working with me to troubleshoot this issue, but now I can play Battlefield again. And Quasi, that game is so good. It's not even funny. It's not even fair for like Call of
I
Duty
keep
anymore.
hearing that.
I mean, Call of Duty. I don't want to get into political stuff here, but I think that it's changed over the years where I'm not liking it as much. They're way focusing on the PvP only. The campaign's a couple hours, maybe 3 at most. Campaign for Battlefield's like 5 hours, is what I'm told. And I'm probably like an hour or two in, and I'm probably like in the second or third mission. So like I'm not sure how many there is, but oh, the realism is phenomenal. The way that you just the gameplay mechanics are great. And I'm told in PvP it's worth trying. That they kind of match you up with your skill level, which to me is like really low. I'm not good at PvP. It's just not my thing. But I do want to try and give it give it a attempt if I want to put it that way. But Quasi, this is a game I think you should get, and it's cross-platform for co-op. Not co-op. There's no co-op campaign, sadly, but PvP.
That's
I should
definitely going to
play
be a
sometime.
Christmas type of game. Like I will 100% be playing that on Christmas when I get back
Just the
because I just
campaign
keep
is
hearing
so
such
good.
great things about Battlefield.
It's like,
So,
and EA, I hate giving them money, right? Because they kind of make me mad a lot of ways.
oh yeah,
It's more their anti-cheat crap.
EA actually stands for cash grab.
Yes.
I know the two
I
letters.
just I just want to play this game on my Steam Deck, and they put an anti-cheat because of PvP. So
Right.
you do this. Don't let me play the game on a Steam Deck for PvP. Let me play the campaign. Huh, what a thought. Seriously. I cannot stand when game companies have anti-cheat that doesn't work for Linux or anything else. First of all, Linux is a great operating system and sometimes it's way better than Windows. Okay?
Right.
It's not. They need to stop this little hatred for this OS, first off. Make it anti-cheat. And you know what? If we're going to have the government step in for anything, let's do this. Have our government say, hey, game companies, you are required by law on planet Earth, all of Earth, to make anti-cheat work for every OS.
Yeah, it's actually kind of
Linux
hard
and
to
Windows.
get one law that'll work everywhere.
All I'm saying is this. If I want to play a game and not use Windows, let me do that. Okay? I'm not saying I hate Windows. What I'm saying is, if people have like a Steam Deck or something like that, let's play those games too. It's not that challenging to make that work. They can do that. They are making it intentionally so you cannot play Linux, and that makes you so mad. If you people that have Linux out there, let me know in the comments what you think, because this is going to be another thing we're going to talk about, and I cannot wait. But that this needs to stop. Anti-cheat needs to stop for being not compatible for Linux, and that makes me so mad. Now, Quasi, I want to bring this up too. I get this email from our publishing service that we use for TikTok, and I was shocked to see that we had over 60 comments on a single video on TikTok. This is the engagement that I have been wanting to see for a long time, and I know Quasi is going to mention this. Why are you so excited for engagement that really just bashed you the entire way? Let me tell you why. It's the engagement that makes me more excited than anything else. Bash me all you want. I don't care, okay? I don't get offended by stuff like that. What I'm saying is this. I love that discussion that we had about the Xbox versus PC gaming systems, if that makes sense. And I just want to say this. To defend myself slightly, I want to bring up this. My point is not that you cannot get a PC and build up in great specs and that will last a while. It's not what I'm saying at all. That was not the point. The point is this. If I buy an Xbox, right? I bought the Xbox Series X in what? 2020, whatever it was. Whenever it came out.
Right.
And I've not put a single dollar into it besides like some accessories, right? I bought a controller, I bought a headset, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Besides that, the core hardware plays every single game the Xbox offers. All of it. If I buy a setup for a computer and you don't upgrade the parts accordingly, it's not going to always play every single game. You can buy a computer that plays every single game, even 5-6 years ago, even more. That's going to cost you a lot of money, right? What I'm saying is you're not going to be able to, for about the price of an Xbox, $500, $600, whatever it is now, right? And buy a computer with those same specs, it's going to last you for 10 years. It's not going to. The point is that you will have to eventually upgrade your PC to accommodate for newer games. Is it going to be in the next year or two? It might not be, but eventually you'll have to. That's my only point with it. And it wasn't that's a downfall of PC. It's more so just like what you want. The performance of a PC is way better than Xbox, for the most part, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. So, let's keep that conversation going with this, and I want to see people say. But that was my only point. I love PC. I love my Xbox and all that other stuff, right? But that's my point, that when you buy it once, that's all you got to do with it. That's really it. What are your thoughts, Quasi? I want to know what you think about this, because you saw those comments too, and responded to them too.
There's like two sides to the story, right? Everybody was talking about, I put this XYZ amount of money into my PC and I haven't had to upgrade. My 4090, somebody literally said my 4090 is still running. Of course your 4090 is still running. What?
Duh. I bought my McLaren 10 years ago and it's still fast. Duh, it's a fast car.
What are we talking about? Of course your 4090 is still running. I'm not saying.
That's what I have.
I agree that if you put the right specs into a computer, it'll last for a decent long amount of time. You might not have to upgrade for 10 years. If I get every top end thing that I can possibly buy today and I put it in there, I'm not upgrading for 10 years. However, I don't think that's the argument Adam was trying to make. I think the argument he was trying to make was that it is a lot cheaper to buy an Xbox that you'll never have to upgrade. And then I did some research. The original Xbox One came out in 2014. Then the Xbox One S came out in 2016. Then the Xbox One X came out in 2017. Right? Those are technically upgrades, but you can still play all those Xbox One games on the Xbox One. Your Xbox One was just going to sound like a jet turbine, right? And that's completely fine because, like you said, you're still able to run the games. And I think that's the most important part of why you're buying a console, to be able to run the games. Right? Me personally, I don't really care about processing power. I've stopped caring because did you know, like back to what I was saying earlier, I'm not using all my RAM. But Adam, did you know that's literally impossible for me to use all my computing power? Like I've tried.
Oh, there's ways
I've
to.
tried. And I still have 78% idle when I'm using so much of it. I'm using as much as I can possibly, like, it's really sad. But that's not the point. The point is, I think that Adam had a justified point, and I think that everyone in the comments had a justified point. Yes, if you buy the right stuff, your computer will last for a lifetime, but that's also going to cost you way over $500.
And let me be clear. I am not upset at anybody for what they said, all right? I'm just not. Like, bring your opinions to the table. I want to know what you think. And that's one thing I want to do with this podcast now is when we start seeing some of these comments, I want to bring things up, right? These discussions, because this is what I've been wanting to see is engagement with our videos and what we're doing in this podcast. And we're not seeing the Discord. Guys, those are on TikTok. Just join the Discord because it doesn't have to stop that video. Let's keep that going, right? Because that's what I want to do. Whether we agree or disagree, that's beside the point. It's all about open discussion because you might have some compelling reasons that I wasn't thinking about or that Quasi wasn't thinking about, right? And me and Quasi don't always agree on everything. That's the best part about this podcast. But what I'm trying to say is bring that discussion over Discord so we can bring that discussion open up to everybody else because that's so fun to me. It's because...
Can I just say
Go ahead.
something? I really appreciate you guys, commenting and all. But
I love it.
why would you
Thank
guys
you.
choose to comment on the one video where I look disgusting? I just got my mouth open like this. I couldn't breathe out my nose that episode, right? I didn't complain. I came into the episode for y'all, and y'all would choose where I have a headphone like all the way on this side and one's on my ear. I just did not look great that episode, guys. What the heck?
It's okay, though.
This is
What I'll
true.
say is
It
this,
is
though.
okay.
I appreciate those comments, and I cannot wait till we have every video that we make have the same comments. That was wonderful, and I loved it. And what I'll say is this. Let's continue that discussion on Discord. For those who are watching this, those who are seeing this on TikTok or YouTube or just listening to this, let's go Discord and continue it because that is one driving factor for why we do what we do. It's because of you guys. And, otherwise we would never get to even talk to you or see you or know that you exist, okay? So that's just also part of this podcast. We're trying to make this thing also a community, not just us talking about tech and news. It's also about the community that we're trying to build here. And that's what we're trying to accomplish before the end of the year. Let's get like 10 of you guys at least, right? Or more. Let's make our Discord blow up. Our Discord has some cobwebs right now, right? I don't think Quasi's even been in the last
No, I've
couple
been in
weeks.
there. I've been in there sweeping the cobwebs out.
Okay.
But that's about it.
So let's just see that explode. That's my ask for this week. Let's make that a goal that like at least 5 people join Discord and let's open that discussion. Whether you agree with me or not, I don't care. That's fine. Let's have a debate. I'm down for it. And Quasi will back either me or you up. I don't really care.
I'm probably gonna back you guys up. It's so much easier to back you guys up and upset Adam than it is to
It's okay.
try and
I can take it.
yeah, no, he'll be fine.
But that's all I wanted to bring up for the the one more thing. Did you have anything crazy happening to you this week at all, Quasi?
Anything crazy? I wouldn't say crazy.
Besides
we
the
lost
weather?
our second
I mean,
game
it
of the
is.
season.
Oh,
That was unfortunate. We
How?
lost to the number 8 ranked opponent in the nation, and they're probably higher than that now because we were ranked as well. We
ooh.
weren't ranked last year though, so this is all improvement. We're probably gonna make the playoffs still, but it was a tough loss.
Okay, well, this gives you the opportunity to do better moving forward, right?
Most
I'm
definitely.
sure the coach feels that way as well. Right.
Oh yes.
Um, he's an awesome
Yeah.
coach. I've talked to him quite a bit. I've helped him with his computer. And he's it's nice. It's good to see that on his desk he's got his all his stuff. And he has his Bible. Like when he's reading his Bible that day, that's just really cool to see that. I like that.
It is.
Okay.
Well,
Well, anything else, Quasey, before we end this episode?
no, except for subscribe. Oh, maybe I
Subscribe.
should start saying it earlier in the episode. Maybe second you come out the gate. What's up, guys? Welcome to another subscribe. And then just
Sure.
look at you like this. Okay. But yeah, no, like, comment, subscribe. All the usual things that YouTubers and TikTokers and everybody says. It'd be really cool if you guys.
Yeah, and thank you for your continued support. I want to bring that up too. Those that are every week listening to what we do, those that are putting comments out, those that are just, we're part of your morning routine on a Friday or whatever day you listen to this. And we really appreciate that. We appreciate our partners we work with, our hosting companies, and all that other stuff. And thanks, Quasey. He's been, I tell you what, this guy is busy. Let me say that.
Just a
I know
little
there's
bit.
times that we're delayed or we have issues with certain timings for things, but I'll say this: he is every week willing to put all kinds of energy in this. We record before farmers wake up. Let me tell you that, okay? It's early. I get
Yeah,
things earlier. It's a
before the
whole
dawn
thing.
even cracks.
Yeah, we leave here and the sun's barely coming up and waking up too. So that dedication, I'm just so excited to see every week. And choosing a co-host has been challenging for this podcast, and it always has been. It was you guys watch this now, but I have been trying to get this planned for the last 3 to 4 years, and it's crazy that it took that long to get things are they are now. But here we are, and I'm so excited. I love it every week. To me, it's not a chore. It's just I'm excited that we're recording every single week, and I can't wait to do it again. So that's just how it is.
All right.
Okay,
Um,
on that long spiel. Well, thanks guys for all your continued support. Thanks, Quasey. Thanks for everything, and really
course.
appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week. Okay,
Yep. Bye, guys.
see ya.